ladies. Episode 5.5. We're talking about
The season finale.
the finale.
The finale. We're looking forward to see the finale.
Episode 10.
We're some predictions. Season episode 10 is always a thing where things wrap up. They point to the future. There's always some whoa things, some plot lines really going this way or that.
And the name of episode 10 is
The Winds of Winter.
The Winds of Winter,
which is the title of the book that will someday come out.
Yeah, we're waiting for it. Actually, I just said in the episode 5 that they just released a chapter from the novel. So we can trust George Martin that it's happening.
But it means it does mean a move into the, I don't know, but Winds of Winter signifying a lot of things.
And at the very least, it means winter is in fact coming. And there's proof of it in the preview. Which we'll get into. But so as we tend to do here, we're just going to literally lead right through it.
Let's go to it.
And go through scene by scene, basically. And so first of all, we see in sort of clips of Cersei and Marjorie, and then these very dramatic, almost like Saint Peter's Vatican shots of the High Sparrow and his, like, I guess, High Council or whatever it is. And then a dramatic pan onto Loras getting, like, looking up at the by the hand.
And we're looking at the trial. This is gonna be nuts. Something big's gonna happen here.
It's not gonna go well for Loras, I have a sense. Something tells me
it's not gonna go well for a number of people. Like, either Cersei's gonna go down, or someone else is gonna. People are gonna go down.
And so this perhaps is a good segue into our discussion of rumors, real quick. I guess if Cersei's gonna get out of whatever is impending,
we're gonna find out what this rumor is that they keep talking about, that Qyburn's been looking into because he took over Varys' role as, knowing about the birds. The birds and the bees, I suppose.
The birds and the bees.
He talked about just like he can know secrets and stuff. And most popular theory is that it's about the wildfire, and that even Tyrion made a point of mentioning in this week's episode.
That was foreshadowing.
Made a point of it.
They have a way of foreshadowing, right?
Yeah. So that would be interesting if something goes wrong and she just torches the place. And she talks about burning cities to the ground, so that's so interesting.
Dark horse for what that could be. I can't even imagine, honestly. I mean, maybe something that disproves the High Sparrow's claims about something, or his legitimacy, or maybe they've got what's the word? Scandal that he's been involved in or something.
I mean, be ready for anything.
Yeah, you never know. It's not going to be so simple.
No, it's not going to be so simple. I think be ready for anything with this trial business.
Maybe the wildfire comes into play a little later. Because, a lot of the wildfire claims come from the logic of it being a, Mad Queen thing. And I don't see, I don't think she's gone crazy enough yet.
Right.
To be considered a Mad Queen.
Indeed,
so
indeed.
So maybe the wildfire comes into play a little later on. Maybe we're jumping the gun on that. Maybe these rumors relate to something far more direct.
Yeah.
Something that gets the High Sparrow out of town, or I don't know.
We will see. We'll see.
Anyway, we move then quickly on to the evidence that the bulk of the title, The Winds of Winter, relates to the logic that winter is coming. A phrase we've heard time and time again.
We saw an image of a snowy owl.
And the white owl, now this is more of a book thing, but I've heard about it. Now, the white owl apparently is a message sent from Old Town, sent from the scholars, to signify
coming of winter?
The coming of winter.
Yeah.
So, it's official.
Yeah.
And with that comes all the lore that accompanies the winter.
And I think people need to remember too that they're like, oh, let's talk about winter in this world, because we're not in our world, in this fantasy world as Westeros and Essos and the whole storyline. That seasons are unpredictably long. Winters can last several months. They can last years. In some instances, winters or summers can last lifetimes. And they don't know. Each time it comes, they just don't know, so you prepare for the worst. So winter can come, and it just means that it's snowy and cold and darkness over it for just ages. Mm-hmm. It could not, but then it comes in waves where it's just a really long one, where people just, as old Nan told the story to Bran, like, people like were born grew up and died all in winter and never saw summer.
An old man again is a character we've said very briefly early on in the show.
She was like a nanny,
kind of
almost
nanny,
like a
helped raise the Stark children.
Yeah. And I think it was actually either mother or grandmother of Hodor as well. She has related to that's the side.
That's
and she did mention
we saw maybe her at a younger age. When Hodor
she
was
did mention him. She's like, no, she calls him by a different name other than Hodor. And she was the only one who didn't. Like, oh, what is that? But
Willis.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
winter
I think
is
that's
coming.
very important to know. So when people are just kind of new to the show and like, all right, winter. It's a pretty big deal.
It's not just like
and the
winter.
Snows just keep coming and can be.
Sometimes winters last decades upon decades. Again, entire lifetimes. So.
Yeah, so that
big
way,
deal.
This coming
and
winter,
this is supposed to be a serious winter.
This fall, this autumn weather that has been like trickling them has gone on for that long because it seems like it's going to be a very long winter. People have been saying that from coming. That just kind of shows that we have a pretty big winter ahead of us.
That's right. So to say winter is now here with the white owl, it signifies something fairly major.
Yeah, and if we know from these rumors that there's only like maybe 2 short seasons left. We're hearing these. It's not. I feel like it's not confirmed.
Let's hold off.
But it kind of seems like this is the real thing we've been waiting for. So.
Yeah. No. So get ready. Winter's here.
Get ready.
But so with the white owl in the distance, it seems to be flying towards Winterfell, and then we focus in on Jon and Sansa speaking in a nice sort of what seems to be a sort of tender sibling, brother sister moment. And Jon sort of tells Sansa, at the very least we have to trust each other.
Yeah.
And of course that's probably going to relate to the
the
surprise of the Knights of the Vale.
Oh yeah, the merge with Littlefinger.
But at the same time, I think he'll probably appreciate the tactical value of that. And
but
just
moving
say,
forward.
Yeah, from henceforth. Yeah.
I mean, I almost died and you saved me, but nonetheless,
fair. Yeah.
Let me know these things.
Just a little fair warning.
I think that's fair. That deserves a talk.
Yeah. But so indeed, I think the Starks have reached a point where at the very least they have to trust each other.
Yeah.
And certainly more than Littlefinger. But we'll get into that in a moment. But so between that Littlefinger moment and that little sort of brother-sister moment between Jon and Sansa, we get River Run.
Yes, we get River Run, where there's an homage when they were reminded that the Freys are aligned with the Lannisters.
The phrase and so he's it's Walder Frey speaking it, and he slips in the phrase into the expression. The Freys and Lannisters send their regards.
Yeah.
Which is of course quoting the famous line by Roose Bolton, now deceased.
Yeah.
And in fact, the Boltons in their entirety cease to exist. There's not a Bolton left.
No, they're gone.
In Westeros
they're eliminated.
or Essos.
They're eliminated. Yeah.
Thanks. Ironically, of course, thanks to Ramsay Bolton, since he had the true Bolton kid eaten by dogs.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting and horrible. But anyway, speaking of disgusting and horrible, we see Walder Frey in the towers. They're hanging out in the towers. There's a wedding scene. It's very unclear who's being wed.
Yeah, it could be any. They're always in these marriages. Probably a Lannister and a Frey, I guess, to solidify it
Perhaps,
even more.
Yeah.
They want to solidify their.
And so to sort of remember here, Jaime Lannister has just helped the Freys retake River Run.
Yeah.
Peacefully now, mind you.
Yes.
From the Blackfish. And so Jaime seems to be in attendance at this wedding. And it's just a slimy Frey scene as far as we see.
Yeah.
Now to speculate a little bit, what do you think, Ryan?
Oh, jeez. Regarding the Freys?
Regarding this, what we see, what do you think we're going to see? Is this...
I think we're just going to see some creepy shenanigans being played and what the things they're trying to do, and ultimately reply. Because ultimately, episode 7, I feel it's like just kind of showing us what's in store next and kind of giving us like, here's where we are. I don't think some things will get resolved, but a lot of things are going to be like just like setting things up. I think this is going to be like kind of setting up, reminding us of the Freys Lannisters are there. I would love it if Arya goes straight there on her way to Winterfell and just uses her assassin techniques to get rid of Walder Frey.
But
it's a
stretch. She's still theoretically injured.
Yeah,
there's been some criticism of how quickly she reacted to that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, my biggest fear is that we had so much positive in this last episode, you know, regarding the reunions of the Greyjoys, with, you know, Tyrion and Daenerys, and then of course the sort of victory in Winterfell, and there's gonna be some comeback, you know, there's gonna be some blowback from that. It's not all peaches and cream in the world of Westeros and Essos, and ice and fire.
Yep.
So I feel like we've got to have something taken from us here.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. The Lord of Light gives and takes 5 away.
Like, on the one hand, we'd love to see Arya come in and take Walder Frey and assassinate him. Like, worst case, like, what if Arya is captured in trying to do that? Or, even worse, you know, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But like, what if Arya's not Arya in the end? You know, what if, you know, someone takes Arya's face off and it's still the waif?
I think she's Arya. Yeah, I think that's.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I would think so.
And I don't see it likely.
It would just
otherwise.
be really bad story development to be going back and forth. We did this because we all went through this whole 2-season thing of her.
But isn't it just too easy for Arya to just show up in Winterfell and see her family? Like, whenever Arya's about to get home and or get somewhere to see her family, it seems like they're taken out from underneath her.
Yeah.
And you certainly hope that's not the case.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're now in the hands of HBO storytelling.
True.
And not George R. R. Martin storytelling.
Yeah, there could be a
turn. So if they are looking at something short and trying to wrap things up, they might try to do some more traditional storytelling, which would be Arya making more of a quick return because they want to get more fans want, because they might hear, oh, fans want this. They might be a little more reactive to it. With George R. R. Martin's writing, it's just like, no,
he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah. So, but they control it now. So I think it is very possible now. I don't think the normal rules of how we run the story are going to be.
Well, so anyway, we got to expect some bad news of some kind. I mean, maybe it's just Edmure Tully getting killed rudely, or maybe even Jaime Lannister somehow. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna to go out on a limb just yet. But anyway, real quick. So yeah, we get that creepy, you know, scene. Sorry, not in River Run, in the towers. Is that they're called, the towers?
The twins.
The twins. That's what they're called. Twin towers. Yeah, the twins.
Yeah.
And so then there's a slightly even creepier scene between Littlefinger and Sansa. Where he's like, I thought you knew the prize.
Yeah, I mean, we've had these creepy ones before.
He's
so Sansa should have known. I mean, like,
right?
I mean, how creepy he is.
He's a creep.
But she didn't know. She knew.
She did. It was a steep price, but she.
Yeah, she took one for the team.
You're right. If not for that, then everyone we love would be dead.
Yeah, it's not a pretty world. Some people are going to battle with these getting sword blades. Some people have to get next to creepy Littlefinger. It's not a pretty world. So you know, she saved the day.
And this is the price to pay.
Yeah.
Rhyme.
And at the other end,
is this what's the price? Is she gonna have to marry him?
No, I don't think she doesn't have to do that. I mean, her cousin is in charge of the Vale, so
maybe she has to marry little Robert.
I mean, they're cousins still, so I don't think they don't.
This is.
I don't think they do that in the North, though.
That's true. I mean, that's sort of a Targaryen behavior.
Yeah, that's sort of a Targaryen or Lannister.
Well, anyway, so it's interesting. There are some question marks as to what he's demanding. Maybe he's just demanding the title as Warden of the North, or demanding that title go to the Vale. I mean, he's got a small title, so it's hard to say, isn't it?
It is hard.
What's your conclusively? What do you think he wants? What does he want?
Oh, I think he just wants to bang her.
Ugh.
Straight up.
Creepy.
Straight up.
So he wants her hand. All right.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah, it is dirty.
Gross.
It's gross, but that's
the world we're in here.
Yeah.
So then we've got Davos and Melisandre.
Yeah, which was final. I'm so surprised it's taken this long to get to this point, because Davos never really asked what happened to Princess Shireen. We kind of, I think, putting your face in it, or in your face, we had the segment where we talked about, Davos finding like the toy he gave to her, because they stayed at the same place that Baratheon did at.
We could. Oh, that's right.
We can
rub your nose in that a little.
Rub your nose, and then maybe we can take this section out of here and put it to the main episode, perhaps.
That's
right. But yeah, in your face, we did predict.
That was the toy. Yeah.
It's kind of fun. It's taken this long for him to be like, because hey, he was really close with
and it tells you, like, it shows you, like, we as the viewers of the show or readers of the book even, we get to see every angle of it, but individual characters only see so much. And so it's a funny reminder of how disconnected sort of events are from individual characters, and how, you know, it did take him this long, and he had to actually see this evidence, you know, before he could really sort of conclusively know. And so, yeah, we're going to see some fallout. There's going to be a bit of a trial of some kind in front of Jon Snow. It looks like Jon Snow is judging.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's...
Are they going to kill her?
I don't know what Jon Snow's decree will be. It might be to kill her. It might be.
Because that's the, like, you think about what the Starks have done with Karstark, and with the guy who ran from the wall.
I think Jon Snow would feel committed that he has to kill her.
A little bit, right?
But maybe she can't be killed because she was poisoned when we first met her, and she survived that. She's gone through many things. She's ageless, as you saw from the first episode. I mean, the first episode was about the Red Woman, and episode 10 is going to be about her being put to death. So we're going to find out something about her immortality or something.
Interesting.
So
it's hard to see her.
We're going to learn more about her powers, I think, from
die. I don't see her dying somehow. But certainly the drama's intensifying there. I don't. We might not get enough of Winterfell to see that kind of reach its climax.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get the beginning of that. Again, we knew he hated her. That's not like new. This is just the last piece for him. Right. So it's like, okay, now he knows why. And then we get like a real quick snapshot of Bran. I don't know how much of Bran we'll get. Who knows? We only see his face in the preview very briefly.
Very briefly. I don't think we'll get that much. I think all overall this episode is going to be very much a heavy, like, Davos and Melisandre, Jon Snow confrontation, and very much a King's Landing, Cersei on trial thing. I think those are big, heavy things. And I think we'll see little things of just wrapping up some plot points from each of the plot points because it's the season finale.
Absolutely.
But I think the two big points are, you know, episode 1 was Melisandre the Red Woman. That was the title. And such a big. That was the shocking ending. It was just like, whoa, she's just really old.
And maybe we're
going to see a conclusion of that, and then also Cersei just. That's how
it's going to be mostly Cersei in the trial.
I think it's going to be Cersei in the trial
and whatever comes out of that. But yeah, I think maybe we'll get a dramatic shot of Bran maybe approaching the wall. You know, if they can get there.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
Something to that effect.
We're learning what he has to do next.
Yeah, you know, some premonition as to what's coming with the winds and the winter coming and all that. And then we get a very brief scene with Daenerys and Daario kind of having a little tender moment between them.
Yeah.
Didn't amount to much.
Maybe Dario's asking, so what did Yara Greyjoy say?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
am I the third wheel now?
Yeah.
After all that,
I've heard of the three-headed dragon. Maybe.
But on the other hand,
a little of what they say in Essos, the three-headed dragon.
If she's taking an interest in Yara, it could also be all the shit talking Daario is giving Jorah. Maybe he's gonna feel a bit of like a third wheel now. How about that for justice? Some comeuppance.
Ooh. Yeah, be interesting.
Anyway, there's not a lot to go off of there. And we're going to get a very brief thing. And then there's this question mark. Who is this shady character walking forward? I thought it looked like Lancel. It looked like he's got a black robe on.
But I'm saying no because he's been a prominent character throughout it, so I don't know why you'd have to.
Why would they even be mysterious about it?
I think it had to be something more mysterious.
And so typically in these previews, when there's any mystery, it means it's something sort of interesting or we got to figure it out. So what do you think? What do you say?
Well, we haven't seen Gendry. Everyone's asking about that.
Could be Gendry. Gendry's return.
You know.
Maybe Jorah. Maybe Jorah's walking upon a cure. Again, why be so dramatic?
But why be so dramatic?
What's
why
the
be in
mystery?
shadow? I don't know. I don't know who else it could be.
Yeah, it's just a silhouette walking forward, with a bit of swagger. So,
a bit of confidence. I don't know.
This is a bit of a mystery. I mean, so we've got Lancel. Is my first guess. You're going Gendry. Yeah, I'm saying like wild card could be Jorah Mormont. Maybe it's like Euron coming into Meereen. I mean, who knows? Yeah. I just don't know.
Or maybe a long shot of Bran warging into stuff and just seeing himself walking through somewhere.
Whoa.
And coming across some history, because that would be a nice season shocker of just learning some more.
Yeah, maybe some flashback sort of premonition type stuff.
Right, exactly.
Maybe, based on the climate, maybe it's even a Martell thing. We've talked about the return of the Dorne.
If they really don't return anything of the Dorne storyline in this last episode, it's just be like, geez.
That's weird.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's going to come back somehow, some way, but... anyway, and then we ended up... We wrap it all up on Tyrion talking with Daenerys in the court, and he says, welcome to the great game. The great game is terrifying, da-da-da-da. Some good Game of Thrones banter.
Yeah.
Welcome to the great game. And so, Daenerys, now she's defending Greyjoys, taking on battles with Euron, thinking about where she goes into Westeros. Like, this is, I think, at the very least, the premonition that she's moving to Westeros. We're going to see that happening soon. Today, next episode soon, I don't know.
All right, sign off.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thrones Talk. Crowd.